is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The final ticket to the New Providence Softball Association's Ladies Championship punched last night. Julian Gibson tells us who's moving on and who's going home.
Benson, look at the walking wounded. My good friend Stephanie Goodrich. No, the Lady Stingers do not need your services. They are already into the championship, waiting to see whether they will play the Johnson Lady Truckers or the Bummer George Operators. Operators and Truckers softball game would go back and forth. The Truckers would jump out to a 7-3 lead in the third inning. But in the fifth inning, the Bummer G Operators would respond to take a 12-7 lead. Now the rain came down, forcing a postponement for about 15 minutes. Now after the rain delay and the rain dried up, boy, the Truckers would start rolling. They would go on to roll out the Operators 16-12. The Truckers will now take on the Lady Stingers for the softball championship come Saturday. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Julian, now the MPSA's Men's and Ladies Championship Series will both get underway tomorrow night, and Tila Johnson is ready to lead the Lady Stingers against the Johnson Truckers.
I've been to the championship before, so I'm just going to pace myself as a pitcher and allow my team to make defensive plays for me and just score runs. But we're bringing our A game to the championship.
Now earlier you would have heard Julian Gibson having some fun with his good friend Stephanie Goodrich after the Sunshine Auto Wildcats failed to make it to the Ladies Championship. And according to Stephanie, this season may very well have been the last one for her in a Wildcats uniform.
I think I'm going to retire this year. I think this is the end of softball for me. I'm going to sit back and watch my son now come up in the ranks and play the ball game.
The big night is almost here for Bahamian pro boxer Reno Johnson. Come tomorrow, Reno will step into the ring, that is, and go up against Eman O'Keefe from Ireland. This is a world title eliminator, and it's going to be at a storied arena, Madison Square Garden in New York.
Techniques aren't that fabulous, and this record is not that blemishing compared to my own. He's a fighter of 14 fights, 5 knockouts, and 1 draw. And 1 loss. So it is not such a credible record that he holds, being that he had only fought in his hometown in Ireland. As for me, I've been fighting all of my life outside of my very own Bahama Island. His best attribute that he has is that he has the guts to step into the ring with me. Anything can happen as far as, how I'm going to win the fight, of course. It could be an early knockout, or it could just be a pure display of new techniques that I've learned in my recent training.
The inaugural D.W. Davis Royals preseason basketball tournament is underway. There are 2 divisions with 7 junior and 7 intermediate boys teams taking part.
Over the years, our team has been blessed to be in many championship games, and this is what we do here. I have a very good basketball program, so I said to my principal, and she said, hey, everyone uses our gym. And I'm working on tournament and stuff, so why not we have our own tournament? And we start together, and this is the result of it.
It is in aid of a much-needed school bus, and we're hoping that this is a catalyst for us now in trying to secure this bus at the end of the school year.
I'm very disappointed in some of the government schools who said that they was coming and never showed up. But on the large, on the private schools, are here in full support.
It builds them what you call their preseason jitters to get out, and then when season come around, everything falls right into place.
Mark began with our teams right here in New Providence, and next year we're hoping to extend it to our Family Island schools, and so we're looking forward to bigger and better things come next school year.
Now, following the D.W. Davis tournament, all roads lead to the Big Yard on Thursday for the start of the South Andros preseason classic, and the North Andros Seminoles will be one of the schools taking part.
We look forward to, beating up on South Andros this coming basketball tournament. It's named after me, the Danny Pratt basketball tournament. But the competition is nice. The camaraderie is off the chain. We just finished our conditioning. Basically, we started in September, the latter part of August, September. do the morning workouts on the beach, and you know, the guys get themselves in shape. We got some talent. Right now we have Glendon Black. He is looking to go over to, I think, Texas Christian this same month as we speak. And yeah, my son is at Tabernacle, Tarico. We've been traveling into Nassau, Bimini, the other family islands, just playing in different tournaments and whatnot. You know, and some of the coaches, they look at him and they capitalize like, hey, they're interested in him coming down. So, you know, it's good exposure. But one of the challenges would be faced with in Andres, both in South Andres and straight up the north, is the lack of facilities, you know. So that's a major challenge would be faced with over the years. And, you know, until we have some things put in place, you know, that's something we're going to be faced with.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.